Sean Diddy Combs.
Sean Diddy Combs.
Rapper Sean Diddy Combs.
Of Sean Combs.
Sean Diddy Combs' empire is on fragile ground.
Sean Diddy Combs has been a name associated with wealth, success, and influence in the entertainment industry, but right now he seems to be in the eye of a storm. Several allegations of sex trafficking has surfaces and has sent shockwaves throughout the industry. Various questions has been flying around. What are the facts, and what does it mean for one of the most iconic cultural figures? Today we'd be taking a deep dive into everything there is to know about P. Diddy's arrest.
You're gonna hear about my party, they're gonna be shutting them down, they're gonna probably be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we wanna have a good time.
On the 29th of September, 2024, news broke that Sean Combs, known to everyone as Diddy, was arrested on allegations of his involvement in sex trafficking and racketeering. The billionaire rapper is now awaiting trial for these three charges. Sean Diddy Combs was officially arrested at the Park Hyatt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan, New York on September 16th. According to his defense team, he had been booked there since the 5th of September and was there in anticipation of the charges being filed against him.
Watch how federal agents took Sean Diddy Combs into custody. He's seen in this video entering the Park Hyatt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan with others when agents from Homeland Security Investigations approach and separate him. Combs under arrest and lead him out the front door in handcuffs. His lawyer said Combs had come to New York 2 weeks earlier with the intention of turning himself in. He did not expect the agents to be waiting at his hotel last Monday night.
According to authorities, Diddy was allegedly implicated after several months of investigation into a trafficking syndicate which spanned across various countries. The indictment alleges Diddy was involved in years of several criminal activities, which includes kidnapping, sex trafficking, and the use of narcotics in controlling victims. Earlier on, November 2023, Diddy's ex-girlfriend filed a lawsuit against him, claiming he had abused her physically, emotionally, and sexually for years. Her lawsuits were filled with harrowing examples of what she went through with Diddy like him, forcing her to carry illegal firearms, sleeping with sex workers, beat her so much that she's have to hide out for days to hide her bruises. However, Diddy denied everything in the filing but settled the lawsuit with her just a day after it was filed. But that set off a chain of several other lawsuits against him. The several lawsuits alleged sex trafficking, sexual abuse, narcotic possession, and violence.
I will email it to you.
Email me the whole thing.
Yes,
I love
yes,
it.
yes.
I love that you're constantly crushing the glass ceiling.
In March, 2024 raids of Sean Diddy Combs' properties in Miami and Los Angeles was carried out by federal agents. This was all part of the investigation into Diddy's alleged sex traffic and racketeering. During this raid on both locations, they seem to have collected a large amount of evidence against Combs. During the search of Combs' residences in Miami, Florida, and Los Angeles, California, law enforcement agents seized various Freakoff supplies, including narcotics, personal lubricants, linens, and lightning, and more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. After his arrest, the prosecutors filed documents in federal court which laid out the accusations against Sean Combs and his associates. However, it was only Combs who was named in the filings, which are racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking by fraud, force or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution. During a hearing on September 17, 2024, Diddy entered a plea of not guilty to every of these charges. And if he is convicted of all these charges, he is going to be looking at a minimum of 15 years in prison, with the possibility of the 54-year music mogul spending the rest of his life behind bars. In the indictment, Diddy was accused of abusing, threatening, and coercing women around him to fulfilling his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal all his conduct. It said, Combs relied on the employees, resources, and influence of his multifaceted business empire to create a criminal enterprise whose associates and members engaged in and attempted to engage in, amongst other crime, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. One of the part of the indictment that has made waves all over social media is the description of Diddy's parties. A whole lot of celebrities have been in attendance at one of Diddy's parties, and it has raised a lot of question if any one of them were participant or knew about what has been said was going on in the parties. The indictment claimed Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual acts with male commercial workers, which Combs referred to, amongst other things, as freakoffs. The Freakoffs parties were elaborate and produced sex performances that Combs arranged, directed, masturbated during, and often electronically recorded. It's said, in arranging these Freakoffs, Combs, with the assistance of members and associates of the Combs enterprise, transported and caused to be transported commercial sex workers across state lines and internationally. The indictment claimed the Freakoffs occurred regularly and sometimes lasted multiple days, often involving multiple commercial sex workers. It said during Freakoffs, Combs distributed various controlled substances to victims, in part to keep the victims obedient and compliant. And sometimes, unknown to the victims, Diddy kept videos where he filmed the victims engaging in sex acts with the male commercial sex workers. Diddy's defense team filed a letter with the court laying out a proposed bail package for their client, stating that he should be released pending trial, explaining his action over the last 6 months. The defense offered a bail package with the following: a $50 million bond, which was co-signed by Sean Combs, his mother, his sister, the mother of his oldest daughter, and his 3 adult sons. The bond was secured by the equity in Diddy's residence in Miami, Florida, and his mother's home. They asked the court to consider that Diddy traveled to New York to self-surrender before he was arrested. The prosecution team also sent a letter to the judge in which they defended their assertion that Diddy should be locked up with no bail. They claimed Diddy is dangerous and poses an ongoing threat in the safety of the community. They claimed that he ensured that the victims would participate in the Freakoffs through coercion and violence, and that he provided controlled substance to victims. They also added that both during and separate from Freakoffs, Diddy subjected female victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse, in part to cause them to engage in Freakoffs. They said if he was released, he remains a serious risk of flight, despite the conditions offered by his counsel, and that he also poses a significant risk of obstructing justice. They also raised concerns about Diddy's access to firearms attaching to the letter. Photographs of the weapons found in Sean Combs' house during the raid, which include 3 AR-15s, each with defaced serial numbers, as well as a large capacity drum magazine and 6 legally purchased guns with serial numbers, some of which were stored in gun safes. In this letter, the prosecution states that they have conducted interviews with over 50 witnesses and victims, many of whom experienced or saw Diddy's abuse. According to the letter, most of the witnesses corroborate one another, and their accounts are consistent with the other type of evidences. It also mentioned that they've seized over 90 cell phones, hard drives, cameras, and surveillance system. The arrest of Diddy has sent a shockwave all over the media, and a lot of outlets have been wanting to cover the story. Both his fans and critics have all been making various reactions on social media. Some people have been expressing disbelief to what had happened, while others claimed they had suspected Diddy was involved in something sinister. A lot of his colleagues in the entertainment industry have remained silent. Some of the celebrities who are close to him have also been undergoing close scrutiny, with people wondering if they had any idea as to what Diddy has been accused of. The shockwaves doesn't just affect his immediate circle of friends and associates, as it is also affecting artists, labels, and even basketball stars who were once associated with him.
Are names that will shock you. These are individual cases. There are indeed other perpetrators involved. They will be revealed when that particular individual case is ready to be filed. They already know who they are. And I'm talking here about not just the cowardly but complicit bystanders. That is, those people that we know watched this behavior occur and did nothing. I'm talking about the people that participated.
Public interest in this case is very high, as people are yearning to know if Diddy is guilty or not. The world continued to watch as Sean Diddy Combs, who once was a representation of the heights of power and fame, is now under intense public scrutiny. This is a major blow not just to Diddy, but to the entertainment industry as a whole, seeing as his legacy is tied to success of some of the most iconic hip-hop names, and now that's all in jeopardy. From a legal standpoint, the charges P. Diddy is facing are very severe, with penalties that can include life imprisonment, especially if a tie can be found to organized crime. And looking at the track record of the prosecution, the Office of the Attorney of the Southern District of New York, it is shown they don't pick up cases without having strong evidence or an assurance of winning. They are known as one of the top courts in the country according to statistics from the United States Sentence Commission in 2023. They had over 1,000 cases, with 94% of them taking plea deals while only 6% chose to take their case to trial. It means if they are charging Diddy, that means they have done a solid homework. And as it seems, they have a very solid case against Sean Diddy Combs. Diddy's legal team continues to argue Diddy's innocence. Diddy's lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, claims Diddy has been ready to defend the case since the time he found out about it. Diddy's lawyers remains adamant and maintains that Diddy has been wrongfully accused, and that most of the evidences are circumstantial, with Diddy having no direct involvement in the activities. Some are comparing this case to that of other high-profile celebrities who had been taken down by their involvement in criminal enterprises, such as R. Kelly, who was recently sentenced to 30 years in prison for sex trafficking and racketeering, represents a cautionary tale of how powerful men can manipulate their fame and fortune to hide their criminal behavior for years. Similarly, Harvey Weinstein's conviction on sexual abuse charges also marked a pivotal change in the way Hollywood reckoned with its dark side. Many are now questioning if the entertainment industry, apparently boys' clubs culture, has been an enabler for such behavior to remain unchecked for decades. While in recent times, it seems there has been a change in the conversation surrounding abuse in Hollywood, Diddy's case is suggesting that there might still be some things to uncover. As the case continues to unfold, more victims and eyewitnesses are coming forward and the investigation is expanding. The case against Diddy continues to grow more complex. What started as an isolated set of allegations has now grown into revealing a much broader network of abuse and exploitation. Regardless of the outcome of the case against P. Diddy is going to have a lasting impact, not just on his own life, but on the industry in general. This high-profile case has generated a lot of attention from the world. This case is painting Sean Diddy Combs, who many have previously seen as an icon of success in the entertainment industry generally, in a darker picture. Only time would tell if he would be able to clear his name of, if this case would mark the downfall of one of the greatest stars in the entertainment industry. As the case continues to unfold, new informations continue to emerge. On October 1st, 2024, leaked court documents surfaced and revealed more details about the depth of the alleged sex trafficking network tied to Diddy. According to these leaks, the investigation had uncovered some encrypted communications between Diddy and some high-profile individuals, which prosecutors are trying to use to get much more evidence. These messages, retrieved from the seized devices during the raids carried out on Diddy's home, involved the planning of event linked to the Freakoffs parties. Another lawsuit has also been brought against him, and this just seems to intensify the legal storm surrounding Sean Diddy Combs. The sexual assault lawsuit was brought by a woman named Ashley Parham. Her lawsuit adds to the mounting list of legal challenges Diddy is already facing. Parham's case paints a graphic picture of the alleged abuse she endured and sheds further light on the behavior several women are accusing Diddy of. Ashley Parham claims Diddy raped her to serve as payback for something she said about him and his possible involvement in the death of another rapper. She claims that this happened back in March 2018. Ashley isn't just suing Diddy, she's also suing his former chief of staff, Christina Coram, who Combe calls his right hand, a man named Shane Pierce, 3 John Does and a Jane Doe. Parham claims she went to help out Shane Pierce, who claimed he needed help with his cancer medication at his home because he was weak and couldn't open the medications. And while she was there, Diddy arrived with Christina and some others. The suit claims Diddy approached Ashley where she was seated on Shane's bed with a knife with which he threatened to give her a Glasgow smile in retaliation for her previous statement about him. After which, Diddy and Pierce undressed her and squirted her with a bottle of oil, lubricant, over the entirety of her naked body. The suit claims Sean Combs sexually assaulted Parham with a TV remote control, threatening that he could take her and she wouldn't be seen again.
Multiple ways, including the syringe IUD assault, the television remote, and the several individuals who raped her anally and vaginally. And I think it's important in this situation because we have seen complaints that have been less gruesome, and those people were listed as a John or a Jane Doe. I think it's very important and very courageous and want people to acknowledge.
New civil lawsuits have also been brought up with allegations that Sean Combs sexually assaulted a 13-year-old girl while some celebrities were there watching. The lawsuits claims the teenager was invited to the party by Diddy's driver, who claimed Diddy liked younger girls. And when she got to the party, she was given a drink. She laid down feeling lightheaded and woozy, after which Combs came to drag her, claiming she was ready to party. It was after this that she was then sexually assaulted by Combs, while some celebrities watched the act. The lawsuits also include accusations from a 17-year-old male who claimed he was molested by Combs at a party in New York. Another male claimed he was assaulted at a party in Los Angeles.
Breaking news update, 7 new civil suits have been filed against rapper Sean Diddy Combs, and this is for the first time now discussing these allegations. We now know that other celebrities have also been accused of participating in one of those alleged assaults or false imprisonment by Combs. The lawsuit includes 2 from accusers who say that they were minors at the time, that they were allegedly drugged and assaulted by the record producer.
This latest round of accusations includes an allegation that he drugged and raped a 13-year-old girl with an unnamed male celebrity.
The new lawsuits have added yet another layer to what has rapidly become one of the biggest scandals yet in the entertainment world. With each new accusations, the fallout for Diddy's career and all those involved becomes more severe. For now, Diddy remains embroiled in the growing legal storm, with each new lawsuit adding more pressure. Whether he'd be able to defend himself against all the mounting allegations, or if this would be the end of his age-long career remains to be seen. Some have started to draw comparison between Diddy's case and that of Jeffrey Epstein. The manner in which the Diddy parties were organized and the alleged coercion of women into sexual activities look so similar to the famous Epstein case. This parallel has started sparking widespread discussion on social media, with a lot of people questioning whether Diddy was connected to the trafficking network Epstein was connected to.
We want to do the comparison between Combs' case and Epstein's case. Wealth, influence, sex crimes allegations, federal cases out in New York. Now, of course, Epstein was a financial manager for some of the richest people in America, which brought him, his own millions and millions. In fact, his indictment, which was filed by a grand jury in 2019, reads, quote, "Over the course of many years, Jeffrey Epstein, the defendant, sexually exploited and abused dozens of minor girls at his homes in Manhattan, New York, and Palm Beach, Florida." It's on to say that he enticed and recruited them to perform these sex acts, that he paid them to recruit other girls. Now, to be clear, the charges that Epstein faced before his death, they were sex trafficking conspiracy, sex trafficking, 2 counts. So it's different than what Combs is facing, racketeering conspiracy, this kind of agreement to engage in a racketeering criminal enterprise.
These are the Diddy pictures Hollywood doesn't want you to see. Every A-list celebrity from Leonardo DiCaprio to Mariah Carey can be seen partying with the disgraced rapper at his various get-togethers dating back to 1998. And here he is with Ashton Kutcher and Demi Moore at another party in 2009. While another picture from Diddy's East Hampton house shows 2 women pouring champagne down another woman's throat in the pool. It comes after Diddy was arrested on racketeering and sex trafficking charges, with authorities claiming he threw massive sex parties that were often recorded. Diddy has pled not guilty and faces a minimum of 15 years behind bars if convicted.
While there doesn't seem to be a direct link between both cases yet, the public is starting to grow an awareness of trafficking rings that involves powerful men in high society and has started a deep scrutiny of all those who were regulars at Diddy's parties. A lot of celebrities seem to have distanced themselves from the rapper since the news came out. Notably, Jay-Z and Beyoncé, who were once close associates of Diddy, have remained awkwardly silent, and has sparked speculation about their knowledge of his crimes. Meanwhile, 50 Cent, who is known for his long-standing beef with Diddy, has seized the moment to further criticize the mogul and his close associate by posting a series of mocking memes on Instagram.
Is he answering the phone? He ain't answering the phone. He inquired about Jay-Z's whereabouts amidst Diddy's trouble. In a post Fifth shared on Instagram, Jay's face is on a milk carton with the caption, "Anybody seen Jay? LOL." Puff said the ain't answering his phone. In another post, 50 Cent posted an image of Jay-Z and captioned it, "Here's Jay-Z, last reported seen waving at Puffy's jet." 50 Cent was referring to the rumor that Puff had fled the country on his private jet.
This reaction from the celebrities might just be a reflection of how there's deep division amongst celebrities in the entertainment industry, seeing as most of them have remained mute, while some are swiftly cutting ties. For example, Naomi Campbell, a longtime friend of Diddy, has scrubbed her Instagram page of anything relating to Diddy, while Usher has also remained silent too on the case. This case isn't just a personal scandal, but also a potential seismic event for Diddy's empire. Diddy's personal businesses are starting to witness a steep decline amidst the controversy. His media company, Revolt TV, has seen a great reduction in viewership as advertisers are starting to pull back amidst the controversy.
Sean Diddy Combs' empire is on fragile ground. Feds raiding 2 of his homes just this week in connection with a sex trafficking investigation. A new Washington Post piece notes this marks a stark contrast from the image Diddy has portrayed over the years. Senior critic at large, Robert Given, writing, quote, "While others might have emphasized their tough guy bona fides, their experiences in prison or the dangers of their childhood, of a kind of hero. He put a Gatsby-esque sheen on whatever he touched, and he had his hands on everything." Robin Javon joins me.
The public's response to the arrest has, however, been divided, as many of his longtime fans have been expressing their disbelief and struggling to reconcile the image of the charismatic businessman with the allegations that had been brought against him. Some are claiming Diddy is being targeted because of how famous he is, while others believe his wealth and influence had allowed him to escape scrutiny for a long time. This polarization reflects a larger cultural shift in how the society views allegations of sexual misconduct. There is a greater awareness of power dynamics and a stronger push for accountability. Diddy's case could mark a turning point in the ongoing cultural controversies. Legal analysts are weighing on the matter. Nancy Grace, a renowned legal commentator, noted that in addition to the existing charges, more victims are starting to step forward with claims of being subjected to similar abuse during Diddy's infamous parties.
Calls, I guess he has set up an 800 number. If he hasn't, he needs to. Did he molest you? Because from what we are hearing, there have been over 3,000 people coming forward. Over 100 of them have been vetted and are filing lawsuits against Sean Combs. But what, after everything I've heard regarding Sean Combs, and again, he's innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, I don't know how much more shocked I could be. But from those many alleged victims, federal prosecutors, this is a much more refined modus operandi, method of operation, MO, that we are learning from all of these alleged victims. And again, yes, it's titillating, it's interesting to some people, I guess, about celebs. We've seen all the pictures over and over, Hillary.
The case against Sean Diddy Combs has sparked various conversations about the entertainment industry's role in enabling predatory behavior. The public's growing awareness about cases like these has prompted renewed calls for accountability and stronger oversight within the entertainment industry. Some activists are even pushing for the creation of an industry-wide protocol aimed at preventing the abuse of power, while some are demanding harsher penalties for those who are found guilty of exploiting their influence for criminal activities. The world continues to watch as the case against P. Diddy continues to unfold. The world waits to see what is likely to happen next. Will Diddy be found guilty of these odious crimes, or would his legal team be able to prove his innocence? One thing is for sure, the road ahead for Sean Diddy Combs is a very long and uncertain one. As we wrap up the deep dive into the shocking case that has been brought against Sean Diddy Combs, it is clear that this case isn't just a scandal meant to grab headlines. It's clear that we are just at the beginning of what may be one of the most significant scandals in entertainment industry. The charges of racketeering, sex trafficking, and abuse that has been brought against him present a complex legal battle that might reshape Diddy's legacy in the industry and also expose some issues within the entertainment industry. While Diddy's legal team remain positive and ready to fight these charges, the investigation continues to expand and more testimonies and evidence is likely to emerge. We'd continue to follow this case as it unfolds. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button to be the first to see when the next video would be dropped. Thanks for watching. We would love to know what your thoughts are in the comments. Do you think P. Diddy is guilty of the charges and would be found guilty? Or do you stand solely behind him and his claim of innocence? Let's hear from you. Don't forget to like this video. Till next time, take care and stay safe.